Okay, hey neighbors, welcome to the shed shop. I missed my doctor's appointment today. I have insomnia and anxiety too when I have appointments and stuff because of my insomnia. I'm afraid if I don't sleep, I won't wake up in time or I won't hear my alarms, etc., etc. If there's nobody there to make sure I'm awake, I'm terrified. This is why. Initially, the doctor's office told me September 23rd is the next available appointment that we can address your basically broken neck. I say basically broken because the definition of broken, by definition, my neck is broken. But when we think broken neck, we think broken bones. My bones aren't broken, but there's much else that's broken in my neck. Like I have 0 discs left in my neck. Okay? So imagine no shocks or suspension in your car. Every step is agony. Standing here right now, it's crushing me. The pain here, the pressure is overwhelming. And so I keep telling myself, being a former drug addict, I don't want to take pain pills. If I could just get to this appointment and maybe they'll finally help me. This has been years, you guys. I've been dealing with this shit for years. Years and years, doctors not helping me. But fortunately, after bawling my eyes out and telling the lady, you don't understand. If you tell me I have to wait another month to see the doctor and hopefully get some relief, whatever they want to do, this ablation shit, they want to give me injections to basically burn my nerves, which I think is stupid. I want them to fix it, but we'll address that battle in a future time if I can just get my pain managed right now without having to take drugs. Because today I told my uncle if they wouldn't have rescheduled my appointment for 2 days from now, I'd have went to the hospital. Told them I'm suicidal. I want to die. My pain is that bad, and I cannot push myself to make it another month. I cannot do it. Would they do nothing? Unlikely. If they check me into a mental hospital, well, all that does is take me away from my comfortable bed. So thousands of variables, the decisions I make, thousands of variables go into them. Anyways, thanks neighbors for being here. Thank you, doctor's office. I can't say the names right now because it's a little bit different of a platform we're talking about there. Private businesses that take care of my health right now. We have to be mindful what we say. Thank you for rescheduling my appointment, even though the lady on the phone was not the greatest to communicate with. But they did reschedule in 2 days. Okay, so now if I could just get through those 2 days, and I think, well, now I'll just lay in bed for 2 more days, but I can't. Neighbor Blake, are you there, neighbor? You want to know what I've been doing all day? When I told you this fucking piece of shit saw that we put together and then found out it had a bad bearing, and then you came over after your basically mom died. It's like his second mom died. His best friend's mom died. And all I wanted to do was to hand him this saw he's been waiting a while for. It weren't the prettiest 028, but it's what he wanted, an 028. And I've sunk thousands of dollars, hours, minutes, pennies, etc. That was a terrible way to say that. You see how I tried to cover up my mess up of my speech there? We won't edit that shit out. I have sunk hundreds of dollars into his Husqvarna 55 and dozens of hours into the various saws he's brought me and everything else. And that was what I just wanted to make him happy. So I was doing him a solid, still giving him a Frankensteel 028. And it didn't start when he came over. But then the next day I got it started, but you could tell the bearing was bad, and we thought, well, Chip, this will help you keep getting your chores done so you don't have to use your Poulan Pro. I gotta set this down, neighbors. I'm in miserable pain. Anyways, Blake, here's your saw, neighbor. Here's your saw, see? That's your old saw, though, neighbor. I have 064 fever, neighbors. That's how this shit should have started. Do you like my hair because of my sunglasses? It holds it. It's in the funky stage right now. So y'all think I look crazy before. I'm really going to look crazy for the next couple of months. Even though the videos are not in order right now. What the hell's the date? I got to start giving you guys the date that care about the story, damn it. And for the others that don't, well, piss on them. They're not helping the channel. They're not subscribers. Chet, it's August 22nd. Very, very interesting date. Very interesting date, long story, a lot of details. But anyways, why did I say I have 064 fever neighbors? Because that came with 2 Stihl 028s. Oh, Chit, can you see Rob Weaver's saw? You cannot. Could you see it when you were taller? You cannot. Okay, very good. Woo! Damn, almost blew it. Rob Weaver purchased the other 028 that came in this lot, and he paid a hefty price for it and donated his top cover because it was an 028. He wants an 028 Super to match the one he has. And so I put a Meteor top end on that saw, but I had another 028. And I just actually took in something else that I haven't showed you guys yet. But I'm going to give Blake the case that saw came with, the carry case with this new 028. You're welcome, neighbor Blake. And basically the reason I'm doing this is because I am struggling with my pain. And I think about neighbor Blake, and I think about my other neighbors, and I think, I really just wanted to make this guy happy. He does. I don't know his character well enough yet. I don't know him well enough. It is very, very hard to truly gauge somebody's character early on. And by early on, I mean I haven't spent but maybe altogether 2 hours of my life with this guy. If we combine all the different short encounters we've had, maybe 3 in the year that I've lived here. Okay, and he lives literally, he's my only neighbor that's not divided by woods. Okay, he's directly across the street. My next closest neighbor is a couple lots over, and my other closest neighbor is a quarter mile down the road. Okay, so that being said, either way, I feel like fuck it, I'm not messing with that saw with a bad bearing when I got another 028 here. And then I think the battle for me is I am struggling with, it's break time, right? See, I'm talking because I want to sit down, guys, because my neck hurts. I am struggling with, I just got that building, Shed Shop 1.5. I'm in a lot of debt. We're trying to learn worry not for tomorrow. But I'm also thinking, boy, I've sunk a lot of money into what this kid has given me. What value have I won? What has he done to pay for this all? And the answer is really nothing. Aside from, let me run chainsaws all night and not bitch about it. He minds his fucking business when the time is right to mind your fucking business as a neighbor. But when he's concerned about his neighbor, he comes over and checks on his neighbor. If he hears screaming that doesn't sound like the normal screaming at chainsaws or screaming at tools or screaming at life, but instead screaming of people, and my neighbor can hear the conversation just as I can hear when he has his screamings over there. We're people. We have arguments with our families, okay? Especially when we live in the woods. We're crazy. Look at my hair. But that being said, I just want to bless my neighbor. I thought about giving him the saw that's in the case, but that being said, also I do have to consider I have to make a little bit of money here and there, and this one I can get to him sooner, and that was why he got a saw with a bad bearing, because he's having to borrow saws when he has big trees fall, or he has a different chur, or he wants a little saw so he doesn't have to lug around his heavy Poland Pro or his 028. And so yeah, that's what we want to do for him. And then I want to bless him with an 017 for some labor instead of money. Just come over and help me with some chores, and I think he'll like that because he's been wanting a little saw for a while. Tell me what you think down in the comments below, neighbor Blake. Anyways, guys, all I'm doing right now is I'm going to go ahead and put this top end on, and we're going to do a base gasket delete on it. I've cleaned everything up pretty good. We'll ring the piston, and then I'll install the top end, and then I will probably call it a night from there. But I just wanted to tell a little bit of the story, and because I am struggling, I missed that appointment today, and if they didn't get that for 2 days from now, I'd be devastated. But my fear is now I'll go to the doctor's office, and should we work while I talk, neighbors? I know the types of videos I'm taking with a lot of talking and less educational stuff and longer videos is preventing my channel from growing properly, but I don't really care right now. I don't, because it's I like giving my subscribers personal attention, like giving my neighbors personal attention. And anyways, so that being said, what I was saying about the doctor is, my pad is buried. Sorry guys, see how messy it is, and I can't get to it. We use paper towels. A lot of times in the past, what happens with doctors, if I get overwhelmed or I get upset because I miss an appointment or something, or if I address that I feel they're not treating us as really customers and patients, etc. You know, especially people that have government insurance. I'm losing my Medicare because they've taken my disability, and so I need this to happen fast, whatever they're going to do. And then my appointments will have to be few and far in between because I won't be able to afford them unless I can get disability back, which means I don't know what it means, but because right now I can't even take in work hardly because I can't work. I'm just trying to get caught up with all the stuff that I was behind on. That was part of what fed into Blake getting the saw the way he did. And these saws this guy had were filthy. I mean, I spent probably 4.5 hours today cleaning this saw, and I just finally said, you know what, it's gonna get dirty again anyways, and there's only so much I can do when I'm in this kind of pain. But I want to get my neighbor a saw, and I also need his help. So that's the other thing. Damn, see, I'm all over the place, you guys. This is a video I think I probably just have to scrap. I want to do the footage, but it's hard right now. Especially because it is Blake's saw is important to me. Where it came from is important to me. Showing sacrifice for another human being is important to me, and that's what I'm trying to do right now because I'm in so much pain. I just want to cry, and I say, okay, how does one cry out if there's a creator that says we're supposed to be selfless and that he'll take care of us and heal us if we do that? Well, prove that fine, even if I feel like you should just do it right now, even though I feel like you may not have done it in the past. Where the hell is your arrow? I see the A. What the hell do we have going on here? Well, I'm just going to go by these. See, these are one of these examples. I mean, that must be the arrow for the exhaust side on this center of the half. But, oh, damn. You guys are way up there. Damn. Here's our piston as if our saw is facing this way. Okay, here's our piston. Damn. I need to zoom you guys out, I think. Oh, my goodness, I hurt. Sorry, guys. I'm still going to put it on the internet, though, even though it's embarrassing. I guess we'll do it. Screw it. It's about sharing the trial and the testimony, I guess, to help others. So that's what we'll do. Love you, neighbors. Sorry if I start bawling. I'm really hurting. I've said this in a few other videos. If you buy like a Chinese piston and there's no arrow pointing toward the exhaust, you can use your rings. Your ring openings are usually going to be, at least one will be toward the intake side, and sometimes it'll be off way over here, but you want to look at the one there's almost going to be always one that's close to the center, like this one's right here and here, so you've got one on either side of center, but you might have one right there and one way over here, but it's typically whichever side the openings are closest to center is going to be your intake side. I'm not quite sure. This is a very old saw. It had points and everything. He has upgraded it. That's the other thing. It had the points and what's it called? Points and condenser, I think. Am I thinking of the right terminology? But the guy has put a regular coil on it now. Okay, so that's what we will give Blake. So that's how I know which way my piston goes. I do have my rings over here by the ultrasonic bath, which I need to now turn off and drain because Blake's salt is clean. And so now it's time to get the ultrasonic bath ready for another saw, and hopefully get a bigger one when we get Shed Shop 2.0 ready and going, if we do. I don't know what will happen, neighbors. I genuinely don't. And see, this bench is messy. I don't normally work when it's messy like this, but when I'm in pain and the neighbor's right across the street, I'm like, well, shit, I really hope nothing goes wrong. I'll do the best I can. I know guys that work in messier and their stuff is just fine. I probably could have got this piston a little cleaner if I sat down and scraped the ring channels with a pick. Probably should have. See, you have to learn from your mistakes, neighbors. I'm in pain, and I feel like screw it. King Jesus should have helped me remember to do that, right? No, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should just remember, even though my brain is damaged. But anyways, so sometimes we just say screw it. That's not that big a deal. It probably won't cause a problem. It usually doesn't. But remember, Chainsaw Redeemer has bad luck. This is probably what causes me to be super detail oriented. Because if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. That's my life. Okay. So, we'll fix that. Ted Neitzel, are you there, neighbor? Sorry the footage is confusing. I know you didn't say confusing, but I will tell everybody now what I told Ted. Ted commented on something like, you'll get it, but that saw has been in videos he's been watching for weeks, running, and you guys too. And I'll let Ted know that I'm going to be bringing you guys a lot of old footage because I'm just trying to get caught up in my pain and the new building and life and everything else. Taking the footage is a lot of work, and now I've got my computers are just like keep saying they're full of memory and won't let me do shit. I got lots of footage on the GoPro and I was able to view it, and now all of a sudden I don't know why, I can't figure it out. I haven't tried on my desktop yet, but my laptop won't let me view it no more all of a sudden. It says the GoPro thing is having trouble and try again later. And I don't think that's an internet issue, because you can do that. You can do the viewing of the files without internet. You don't need Wi-Fi to do that, because you're plugging the camera directly to the computer. It's like taking the memory chip and putting it in. Okay, so there's that, neighbors. Okay, we'll get our cylinder here. I really don't like this messiness. I'm sorry. We gotta change that. I'm gonna pause you. Neighbor Blake, I had to rob some saw parts back off of your saw that I initially robbed from this saw, which meant I knew I wouldn't be able to sell this saw for a while because these parts are expensive and I would have to wait for them to come into my shop. But here we go. They're going back to the saw I took them off of for you, neighbor. Sometimes I wonder, should I title my videos about the saw or about the bullshit I'm saying? Some people are here for the saws. A lot of people apparently are here for the bullshit I'm saying, but they like saws too, most of them. It's interesting. Whew. Anyways, okay, so sorry, did you dirty neighbor Blake, and was gonna work on your saw and filthy, vile, disgusting surface. And I'm sorry, I am gonna semi-do you dirty. I've had enough scraping dirt off of this thing for 4 hours. Love you, neighbor, but you're gonna get this thing filthy anyways. Men that are busy don't have time to take care of their equipment like they should be able to. I know that reality. Blake's working his ass off nonstop. Okay, Blake, these bearings I feel are very strong, very good, neighbor. I am confident. What I want to do is, I'm kind of curious. I did the same thing with Rob Weaver's saw that came out of this lot, and but he knows how to tinker. So he doesn't know. Chit, I can't say. I guess yes I will. Rob Weaver, are you there, neighbor? I've left the crankshaft seals in your saw, and I'm sending a set of highway crankshaft seals for you just in case that chip blows out, because I back pressure tested them and I went way hot on that bitch, and they're good, neighbor. And since you know how to change them, I figured that's kind of cool. They're still good. And so if Blake's are still good, I think I'm not going to kill myself changing them. He is right across the street. But this one looks better on his saw. On Rob Weaver's saw, this side looked much better. Okay, but we'll test them and we'll see what the hell we got going on. We cannot do that today. We have to do that tomorrow. So for now, we're just putting our top end on, and then basically the saw, I might put the rear handle on and get it ready for vac pressure test for tomorrow if I have time, or if I feel well enough to. Where is my gasket sealant? There it is. Okay, I've had a few saws, you guys. I'm wondering if this stuff got set in the heat. My uncle come out here and turn the AC off a few times in the early portion of the summer. I'm wondering if this stuff, I've had a few saws where I felt I was generous with this, and on like the clamshells, and they seem like the Permatex got eaten by something almost, and then it was brittle and hard inside. It was only on a couple of saws I found it, but I've been taking saws back apart here recently, and it's been fine. So I don't know if maybe one tube was bad or something, but I want to know what you guys think. First off, of the gray Moto Seal. Tell me what you think of the gray, specifically the gray. Okay, the gray. And then also go in the comments and tell me what you use. Okay, neighbors? And then tell me what you think of the various products. You guys know that no chainsaws or small engines or even engines, you know what kind of gasket makers I'm talking about. Okay, so basically I've got my oil. I have already oiled my bearings. Okay, we'll put our wrist pin in. Go ahead and oil that. Okay, excuse me, neighbors. Just get out the way. Okay, there we go. And then we will go ahead. These are the old style. These are OEM clips. They're old styles though, and like I said, this saw is very old. I'm guessing it's probably like a 1980 model. It's one of the very early models. I know that much. So I had put both my clips back in. Then that some bitch went sideways. Went sideways, kind of like my life at 18, because the fucking justice system and cops and everybody else is dirty as well, but largely because that's dirty, filthy, vile, and disgusting and corrupt. Okay, I like to use a little 2-stroke or grease on my wrist pin. Can you guys see? Can I lower you down so I can see what the hell you're seeing? Is that okay? My neck hurts, you guys, so sorry. Okay, make sure everything's moving smoothly. No play. We're good to go. I'm just verifying the things I've checked before already on this saw. Okay, that is our exhaust side. Go ahead and get our wrist pin started here. Maybe. I might have to take a little off, a little material. There we go. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Okay, I always do myself dirty too. Can't see through the hole, damn it. I always forget I have this light also. See, I keep forgetting I have this light and I can't never see, and you guys don't ever remind me. Hey dummy, why the hell didn't you just grab your damn light, you idiot? That's why you bought it for $6 at the dirt cheap dirty store. That nothing's actually dirt cheap, hardly ever. Okay, there we go. Thanks guys for reminding me my light was there. Appreciate it. Oh, see, there we go. Try and get that lined up. Try to anyways, hopefully. Okay, I'm struggling. My neck hurts really bad. But gotta persevere, because I gotta love my neighbor and trust that somehow it will be okay. Okay, there we go. That's a little butter. There we go. Lined up just right to get it enough so it's not gonna come out. Get our little drift here. Push it all the way against our other clip. Oh, shit. Did your neighbor see where the clip went? Greasy shop rag, where's my clip, damn it? I know you wear glasses, but damn, you got an eye. What'd I do with that chit? Where'd it go, damn it, neighbors? Did I knock it off the bench? There it is. That's the only bad thing about this being black. I need to get me more white ones. I like working on clean stuff, but I don't like wasting all the paper towels. And I don't like doing lots of laundry with shop rags. Okay. I hate these clips. I hate them. Don't do it. Go in, neighbor. Okay, there we go. Make sure that it is not in. I'm glad I can see. Get in your groove. Spin you. Make sure you're in your groove everywhere you are. Good to go. Okay, excellent. So now, I gotta check squish. I forgot. Shit, I should have left the rings off. I find that every once in a while, I don't know why, but every once in a blue moon, you have a model that you've done dozens and dozens and dozens of base gasket deletes on without ever having an issue. And then all of a sudden, what? Base gasket delete causes an issue because there's not enough squish. So, trying to stay in the habit of checking every time if I'm doing it, even on an 028 that I always do this on. Well, pretty much always. I thought about not doing it for Blake so I can get him his saw faster, but I need to do his muffler too. I told him I was going to port a muffler for him. I was really hoping to give him a nice, pretty powder coated saw, but it is what it is. This is a step up. Maybe one day we can do a real nice fancy saw for him, all pretty and everything. Hopefully we get to that stage at some point, neighbors. Okay, so we'll just set that down there. We're just going to put 2 screws in, and then we'll use soldering wire to check our squish like I've shown you before. The other thing I had to rob off of your bad bearing saw, neighbor Blake, and other neighbors in case you're curious, is the clutch, you see, because this one, very old style clutch for an 028, and unfortunately, when I hit it with the impact to take it off, one of the things just shattered. Well, it didn't shatter, sorry, I lied, that's exaggeration. It just snapped in half. Okay, it sounded like it shattered because of all this coming apart at once. Okay, but nonetheless, no fret, neighbor, got a clutch for you. Okay, now I just got my hands all filthy, dirty, vile, and disgusting too. Let me clean them up. Okay, and as you guys remember, we're just going to take our soldering wire and we're going to push it to the front of our combustion chamber. Okay, and we're going to squish it. You think that's why they call it check and squish? Okay, I've got my flywheel on over here, but I've got to be careful because okay, and I like to do it at least twice. Make sure I'm getting accuracy. And then you can just kind of go back and forth like that. Okay, and then we'll get our mics. I'm sorry, our calipers, and we'll check. Okay, here we go. That's a pretty big squish for a 028 with a base gasket delete. 0.88. Well, I'm definitely glad we're doing a base gasket delete on this biatch. That's high. I think my 028s are usually lower than that. But it's an old one, who knows? I don't know. Okay. Different style piston maybe. Slightly different. Okay. So, nonetheless, that's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and do our Permatex, and tomorrow we will vacuum pressure test neighbor Blake's saw. And then stay tuned, neighbors, because upcoming for this I will have for you, will it be redeemed, okay, on this chainsaw, and you can find that on the Will It Be Redeemed playlist. Okay, so stay tuned and see what the hell happens with the I have 064 fever, neighbors. Oh, shit. See? Now I've done y'all dirty. There's your saw, Rob Weaver. I have to watch this footage and see if I can post it. If not, this will not be the end of the damn video, or the end card will be this will it be redeemed, or maybe it will be his will it be redeemed. This channel's messy. I'm tired as hell. I want to get this shit done so I can go lay in my bed and be miserable. Until next time, neighbors, be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle. I love all 8 billion of you, even though I suck at it, even though I hate a lot of your character, even though I think a lot of you are really shitty. I still love you because we're all in shit soup, and I gotta think that there's something good in everybody somewhere, some way, somehow. Love you, neighbors. Let's keep persevering.